I was talking to my parents today, and my dad said he got because apparently he's subscribed to us on YouTube. um, he said he got the notification about the John Lennon upload, but I don't know how it got corrupted.
It's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
Well,
which is a shame, but I mean, it was a mid-album, so I'm not really sure anything of value was lost. I put this
our opinion on it. That's important.
I put the very brief summary of our opinion in the Mountain description of said it was mid, raged at Rolling Stone for being a terrible ranking system, terrible magazine. And hopefully my power holds here. We've got this big old storms just starting to roll through, so fingers crossed.
Well, if it cuts off, I'll just keep things going until you can jump back on.
But Cooper, I'm the one streaming it, so you just be talking to yourself.
So wait, is that not how it works? I can't move the tubes around and it starts going to Twitch.
No. I don't think it works
like those switchboards that they had on telephones.
Yep. I think now this might be completely false. I think the reason that we started having the automatic, we got rid of the switchboards is a guy was running a business in a town, and his competitor was running same type of business, but the competitor's wife was a switchboard operator, so she would route requests for that kind of work to her husband rather than the competition.
It is a powerful motivator, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. That's something I read on the internet many moons ago, but I like to think it's true.
And that's good enough, right?
Well, it's a loaded question in this day and age. But on that note, do you want to get on start?
Yeah, let's talk about music.
All right. Oh shit! I didn't set this one up. Okay, hold on. There we go. I turned my mic off. I'm trying to do things too quick. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Audio Shop Podcast. This week, we're reviewing Game Theory by The Roots.
Yeah, The Roots. We talked about them a little bit last review because we were reviewing The Mountain by Gorillaz. And Black Thought, who is the main vocalist in The Roots, was featured heavily on that album.
Yes, extremely heavily.
And made me think, oh, you know what? We've never done a Roots album. So it felt like an apt time, leading right in from the Black Thought heavy Mountain album.
Mm-hmm. And we were thinking about doing their most famous, most popular album.
Yes.
But how long was that one?
What's that one? That one is Things Fall Apart. I think it's like an hour 10 minutes or something like that.
Okay, so a cool 25 minutes longer than Game Theory.
Yeah, and The Mountain was already a chunky album, so it's like, okay, let's. I mean, that's considered like kind of their breakout one, but we to give a little bit of background, I guess, before we can get to the album. The Roots is an American hip-hop band formed in 1987.
Wow.
So they are like 80s hip-hop.
Why the fuck did they link their lot in with Jimmy Fallon?
Okay, I haven't got to that fact yet.
Sorry.
So like their two key members are Black Thought or Tariq Trotter and Questlove or Amir Thompson, both Philadelphia-based. Black Thought being the lead vocalist and Questlove being the drummer. And like you just said, they are also famously known as being the house band for Jimmy Fallon from 2009 to 2014.
Oh, were they not? I thought they were still doing it.
Oh no, that was like they stopped doing that like a decade ago.
Oh well, it shows you how current my knowledge of Jimmy Fallon is.
Wait, but you're always texting me funny, Philly. You're like, oh, Jimmy said something super funny tonight. I'm like, Sam, it's like 2 a.m. Are you watching YouTube clips again?
Just a dead link to a dead YouTube link, doesn't play any video.
Yeah, so they're kind of famous there. They have multiple. I mean, I won't even go through the entire group like members because they've had like a lot of members over the years.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a proper like hip hop band with like instrumentalists. Let me try to find their full band lineup. But like, yeah, they've got. I mean, besides obviously rap and vocal or rap and drumming, you have keyboardists, guitarists, tubist.
I was laughing at that Damon Tuba Gooding Jr. Bryson. That is a fantastic nickname.
Yes. Tuba Gooding Jr., the tuba player, keyboards, flutes, synthesizers, trumpet, beatbox. So their like members list is like extensive.
Going into the album a little bit here, I did really appreciate all of the live instrumentation. I feel like hip hop is quite heavily sample based most of the time, so it was really nice to have. Yeah, they were looping it, but it was live.
Yeah, no. So they have a lot of live instrumentation, and members have obviously come and gone over the years. The only kind of like main member who isn't currently with the group is Malik B, who was an original member, and then left the group, and then is actually featured on this album kind of heavily. He was kind of a little return to form, and then he passed away in 2020.
That's a shame.
Yeah, no, and I mean beyond that, the Roots have like I said, they've been active since 1987, which is, I mean, that's far back for any band, but really far back for a hip hop group.
Yeah,
and they've sort of famously been teasing an album since their last album, which was in 2014.
That's quite a while ago.
Yes. And I was actually just watching a video of Questlove commenting how he's like, basically their producer that they worked with heavily passed away in 2014, and him and Black Thought just couldn't like get an album together. Like they're constantly arguing about it. But he said like we have all the material. I just have to turn it in. I expect it to be in 2026. So apparently we'll be getting the Roots album this year.
We'll have to, if that's a hot release, we'll have to do that.
So that'd be interesting if they actually stick to it, because
that's quite a gap.
They were releasing pretty consistently, from the 90s to 2014, and then the last 10 years has kind of been actually more active during Jimmy Fallon's run than afterwards.
I mean, I guess having a steady paycheck coming in on top of royalties for music, especially because when did streaming really take off?
It was that would have been probably like the late noughts.
Yeah, so that I imagine the money from that is hopefully pretty good. Although I'm not sure how much fucking money Jimmy Fallon brings in.
No, I'm sure enough
to keep him on the air that long.
So, and then we're going to be reviewing their seventh studio album, released in 2006, called Game Theory. It's basically one of their kind of darker, grittier albums.
Yeah.
A little less hooky than their last albums. Kind of based on some kind of more sociological themes. And also kind of in tribute to a friend of theirs, a late hip-hop producer, Jay Dilla, which we'll get into during the album. And it earned a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album.
Wow.
I wonder who they lost to. 2006.
That's a good question.
They lost to, let's see, The Roots. They lost to Ludacris. His album Release Therapy.
I don't think I've ever heard any Ludacris music, I'll be honest.
Luda. Remember who's on that Justin Timberlake song? Or no, Justin Bieber?
No. No, I can't say that I do.
Because I was baby, oh. You remember?
I remember that song. Ludacris was on that?
Yeah, he was featured on that.
I don't remember that.
I haven't listened to this Ludacris album, but just knowing him, I don't think he probably deserved it over the Game Theory, but whatever.
Are we picking beef with the Grammys now? I mean, fair, but
No, just ludicrous.
oh, okay, yeah, deserved. But getting started with track number 1, if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 1, Deltastic Vol 1, Derful.
And not really a song, just kind of
It's
some warbly synths to lead in.
It's like a 30-second intro to the next song.
Yeah.
So really not much to say here. Besides the Diltastic, I think obviously being a reference to Jay Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
Man, going into the next proper track.
The first real track of the album.
Yeah, the first real track. False Media. Track number 2. And interesting kind of tidbit about the track numbering for the Roots. It doesn't really show up on Spotify or anything. But since their first album, they have continuously counted up on the track listing. So, for instance, their second album didn't start with track number 1. It started with track number 18.
I like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, so this album is tracks number 114 to 126. So kind of an interesting way of doing it. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice fun fact. It's different, you know? But this one starts with some old recording bit put over the top the start of the song, which I quite like the effect of. I couldn't quite place who it was. I don't know if you know, Coop.
I mean, it's some sort of sampled vocal, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, this first track did not make me have high hopes for the album. That first rapper sounds like Talking Hurts. It's deep and nasally at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's Black Thought doing like this very low register vocal delivery. This is like the only time in the album he does it too.
Yes,
and actually, now that I think about it, I don't think he ever does it in any other songs that I can remember.
Thank goodness, because I was not a fan. It sounds painful. It kind of hurts to listen to.
It's got like a Buffalo Bill quality to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a odd delivery, but he switches into his regular delivery pretty quickly.
Yes. And the whole thing, I mean, it's a rap album. So aside from certain points, the whole of the instrumental tracks are quite stripped back, heavily focus on the lyrics, and for the instrumentals, it's very loopy, which, you know, you got to focus on the lyrics. It's a rap album, but very well done. Yeah,
very well produced beats throughout. Mm-hmm. I mean, this one has a very dark, kind of synth-heavy, offbeat percussion vibe going to it. Yeah, I mean, certainly it's not kind of like how the description said. It certainly isn't like a poppy album. It's kind of got this darkness, almost sinister vibe to it. Mm-hmm. Makes sense given the theme of the track of being false media and being lied to.
But overall, strong start with track 2.
Yes.
The first
track. No, it was a lead in. It was the Diltat.
Yeah,
I mean, for all intents and purposes, just the beginning of the song.
Yeah. Now that split up makes sense because you do want to have the title track be, introduction versus just calling the whole thing false media.
Yeah, and it goes into track number 3, if you're ready, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, track number 3, A Game Theory, the title track.
Titular track.
Which also features a vocal verse by Malik B. Like I said, an original member of the Roots, left the group and returned to this album for multiple features.
And this one's even more stripped back than the previous, with kind of heavy focus on the samples until about the 1 minute mark. And I will say you don't really need a complicated backing track on this one. It's great rapping. The drums provide a really nice backing track for it. The only complaint I have is there's the sample that he's saying like "who" in the background in a really high pitched voice at the top of the mix, only in the right ear. that was getting to me a little bit.
I think that's a little Richard reference. But yeah, no, I mean, like you said, it's not like the back track isn't getting in the way, but it does have a little bit going on. I mean, very head bumping beat. Mm-hmm. It's got this kind of like organy synth like interludes that like pop in and out, And a lot of electric guitar on these samples actually throughout as well, which is actually quite nice.
Yeah. But live drums.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic live drums.
yeah. Questlove is a very exceptional drummer. Um, so obviously percussion kind of is very core to beats.
Yes.
Controversial opinion.
What?
Uh,
I do really like some of the rhymes here as well. I commented on it on the mountain, but here they managed to get 4 to rhyme with torture, which I thought was genius. And there's a couple other equally fantastic rhymes throughout the song, which it may sound like I'm making fun of it. It's I think it shows art that you can get those words to rhyme and actually sound correct.
yeah, it takes skill to not make it sound corny.
Yes.
Right, the famous Eminem verse of "I can rhyme orange with banana, borana." Right, that's like that's corny.
Yes.
So there's no lyric on this album that made me like raise my eyebrow, like Blacktop, what are you doing? I
Yeah.
can say that a lot about a lot of rap albums.
Yes. Yeah. It's all very expertly done. Even though there's quite a hard cut to the next song, if you're ready.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a hard cut. The drum beat carries like right into the next one.
Maybe my internet skipped then.
Sitting in silence for like 8 minutes.
I thought it was an odd choice to have 32 minutes of silence between track 3 and track 4. It kind of took me out of it.
It's kind of weird that they decided between the third and fourth track to add a Hello Fresh ad. It's really ahead of the time for 2006.
I didn't realize Weird Al was featured on this album, and it was around this point I realized I had Shuffle turned on.
Playlist do you have that has a Weird Al in the roots?
Don't question my music choices.
Yeah, no, we can go right to track number 4. Don't Feel Right.
Yes. I really love the, and I'll use her stage name here, the Moo Fresh feature. She has a fantastic voice. I was almost disappointed when the rapping came in because I was like, "Oh, is she gonna have the whole song?" No, she didn't.
Yeah, no, great female vocalist. Obviously, sung on the verse. It appears obviously very nicely with Black Thought's verse as well. Like the chorus really melts smoothly into the verse and back and forth. And the verse itself kind of has this backing track that kind of has like these kind of chopped sung vocals in the background as well. So. The song really has a very good flow.
And I thought this might be the most a song title has ever been repeated in a song that we've featured. It is near constant.
They do say "Don't Feel Alright," but it's sung nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was an observation of the chorus features it about, I don't know, I want to say like 15, 20 times. And then even it's slipped into the verses. It's repeated a lot, but it's not bad.
I mean, what song do you think has the most title drops in the song?
Other
you
than,
think it's like "Yeah" by Usher? Yeah.
Probably.
He does say "yeah" a lot in that song.
He does. Yeah, that's probably got a beat. For this one, though, did you notice the Stevie Wonder superstitious guitar bass coming in around the 2:30 mark?
Oh, I did not.
I like the sound, but it kind of is at odds with the rest of the song, and then it just slinks away after popping in. It's not there for very long, and it doesn't come back. It was strange.
I did notice that little 40 synth breakdown.
Yeah.
At like the 3-minute mark.
But overall, first feature, well, I guess not really, but first non-band member feature.
Yeah.
Really got my hopes up for the album. I was like, okay, this is going to be good.
Yeah. So you ready to go on to track number 5, Sam?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I know. Let's make a new fun tradition. I'll say the title of the track, and you can say all the features. So track number 5 is "In the Music."
Huh?
That's just a fun little way to switch things up.
Yeah. I don't actually have them pulled up here, so I can't.
It's featuring Malik B and Porn. Porn.
Really?
Yeah, that's the name of the artist. All caps.
I did not catch that.
Which, yeah, no, which I mean, given the name, it actually kind of fits the vocals because it's a very kind of reverbed, shouty delivery. But it works on this song because it's got this kind of industrial, sparse beat.
Are we talking about the same song?
Yeah, in the music.
Yeah, because I guess I don't know. Did I have a stroke? Because it's got the nice slow build with the foreboding synth coming in around the 25-second mark.
I mean, it's got it's got like it's not really synth, it's more electric guitar
No,
that comes in. I guess there is some synth elements.
but yeah, this one was really nice. I liked it. Was the lyrics match the composition to this one, which is what I was really focused on. The backing track is a shorter loop, but the lyrics are pretty dark and match the darkness of the song.
Yeah, it's kind of about being in the bad part of Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the instrumentation. Like I said, it's a little sparse, but it definitely fits the energy of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that picked guitar that kind of goes on in the background the entire song.
Yes. Yeah. The whole backing, it's a very low key backing track, and it does loop quite often, but it's really nice. It's not too harsh. Doesn't make it too obvious that it's looping. Sets the tone quite well, and they say it's all in the music quite a lot, which is very fitting.
Yes, Horn's like vocal delivery is actually kind of reminds me of Gorillaz more than anything in terms of like having kind of a out there guest vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very reverb. He's got that kind of shouted vocal delivery. Not what you typically would think on a Roots album, but it works over this very kind of darker beat.
Yeah, it didn't feel out of place at all. Melded quite well. And then we've got the all the synths drop away to a nice drum fade to roll over to track 6 if you're ready, Coop.
This track number 6, Take It There, which starts with Black Thought kind of rapping over this kind of reverby beatbox beat.
Yes. And we get some over time. It kind of builds with some far back guitar and the amazing fade between the beatbox swapped for actual drums playing the beat. It was a really neat effect.
Yeah, it's a very nice kind of switch over, very smooth in the background. And actually, honestly, I might as well talk about it here. I think for the most part, the album flow from song to song is like we've listened to album with some like pretty like obviously like very stop start like song structure, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it doesn't really matter where you place in the album. Each song's kind of its own thing. If you listen to albums where songs like bleed into the next song, right? I think this album does a very subtle bleeding version where it like maybe just like a little bit carries over. Like if you're not paying attention, it's not really super noticeable, but listening to it like all together gives it a very cohesive feel.
Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes it's just a little bit like a single bar, bridging the gap, but that does a lot, I think.
A little goes a long way,
especially if you don't have shitty internet and it puts a gap in there, so you don't notice it. But yeah,
why does Black Thought sound like a white man now and is talking about Chewy?
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here. But yeah, the rollovers are fantastic. It happens basically on every song. Some of them are way more noticeable than others. You're right, but it's always it's always there. It's very nice.
Yeah, and the song absolutely like kind of busts open at like the 3-minute mark.
Well,
or not 3 minutes, the 1 minute mark.
1:45-ish is when it breaks out, and it's got a piano that reminds me of the Goosebumps theme for some reason. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my head.
Can't say, dude.
Cooper?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. There was
What?
did you just start singing? I think Discord cut you off.
I did I did the goosebumps thing. Maybe the trademark system
Yeah, the
edited me
trademark
out.
system kicked in. I did not hear any
Viewers
of that.
beware, you're in for a scare legally. um, yeah, no, I mean it's pretty funny to have a beat switch on a 3-minute song, but
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
it works. I was too focused on the piano.
Yeah, the percussion's really good on that beat switch as well. Like it's kind of mixed, so it's like you can tell it's loud, but it's also like far back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it gets a lot of the energy, but it's not like overwhelming.
And then there was some really interesting instrument that was kind of featured in the second half of that song. It was like plinky and plonky. I liken it to you ever heard one of those things where somebody's got like a bunch of nails hammered in a board and they drop a ball through it and it's quite musical?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I can't say I know what instrument that is, but I know what you're talking about on the song.
Yeah. Maybe it was like one of those what's that box with the tines that you play with like your thumbs? It's like
I don't remember the name of that.
I have no idea what it's called, but it's like a little just music box that you play in your hands. Kind of sounds like that. Maybe it is just that, but I like to imagine they had a big wall of nails and were dropping balls through it.
Regorium's Wonder Emporium there in the studio.
Yeah. That's more of an okay go type move, but you know. Jumping to track 7 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 7, Baby.
Not the Justin Bieber song.
Not the Justin Bieber song, no.
Even though you referenced it. There's a couple.
What an album switch up that would be.
That would be jarring.
Yeah, that would be jarring. Like being flashbanged. Now this Baby is a lot more smooth.
Yes.
A lot more classy.
Very interesting backing track to this one. It's old school and I can't quite put my finger on what it reminds me of. It sounds so familiar.
Well, they've got like vocal, like I don't know, like not like interjections, like ooh, ah, kind of interspaced out. And then it's got like kind of this picked like electric guitar backing, which like Black Thought just like glides through on his verse. It's like so smooth.
And it's kind of got a bit of a not quite a full like vocal play happening with this one, but it kind of goes that way, with voices aside from the main rapper playing different parts in the story of a guy cheating on his girl. We get like the some more desperate, louder, far away vocals of the guy begging, and there's some commentary from people right at the start of the track. It's interesting, and the rapping's fantastic throughout.
Yeah, and it's also less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
On song, and it has a guest vocalist on the chorus, John,
mm-hmm.
who gives us like very theatrical like a vocal delivery.
Maybe that's what made me think the vocal play there, because it is very theatrical.
Oh. I quite like this one. I wish it was longer.
Yeah, I do like the fade at the end of this. It's kind of sick.
And it goes right into the next track, if you're ready, Sam.
Track number 8.
Yes, track number 8. Here I Come. Which is a very different beat than the last one. This one's almost got like a synth punk thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's interesting because it's got it's got the chorus, and then it's got the 3 separate sections of the different rappers. The chorus reminds me of Eminem, I'll be honest. And I don't mean that in a good way.
I mean, I don't really get Eminem vibes. I almost get like, it's kind of like more boom bap, like kind of, it's a much more aggressive like vocal delivery.
Yeah. I think it's the repetition and not great rhyming that makes me think that. But the features I'm going to call them features, are fantastic. The flow of the first one is amazing, and I would praise the second one quite highly as well if the first one was not so good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Dice Raw. I wasn't really familiar with before this album, but I guess he's kind of like a Philadelphia-based rapper. Um, and that's like worked with Black Thought before. But yeah, no, great verse on it. And then Malik B also has a verse here. Um, and they both really kind of lay into like the aggressiveness of the beat here. Like it's very driving.
Yes. Very good drums on this.
I will say I agree that Dice Rawls verse is better than Malik's. At times I feel like Malik's like hanging on for his dear life as he goes on this beat. Because it is really driving forward.
I didn't get that feel as much, but it definitely was not nearly as effortless, I will say.
Yeah, maybe that's actually, now that I think about it, I get what you say with Eminem. I'm feeling more like Beastie Boys, if anything.
Oh, that's
like
also
with the multiple
accurate.
vocalists.
Yeah.
And this kind of very punky, out attitude.
Very punky, very repetitive.
Yes.
Not bad, just in stark contrast to the fantastic verses that we have around them.
Yeah, but to be fair, Black Thought isn't really heavily focused on this song.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually has a verse. It's mostly Dice Raw and Malik B.
Mm-hmm.
Though it does end on a drum break that absolutely pops off.
Fantastic drum solo to end things. It's great. This one really shows off those live drums, which is like, oh man, great. Just having live drums in hip hop and rap is fantastic. I get the sampling, I understand, but man, live drums so much better.
And then it switches. If you're ready for the next track, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Track number 9, A Long Time.
Not the Boston track.
No, not the Boston track, but a definitive vibe shift from Here I Come.
But I mean, it is kind of rocky. Not the movie. It's quite rock-like to start.
Very Sylvester Stallone. Adrian. Yeah, no. I mean, electric guitar takes kind of the picked electric guitar that's kind of appeared throughout the album is on here. But it's got a much more, I guess, melodic backing production. It's kind of almost like woozy production where it's like some sung, like mixed vocals in the background and a lot heavier focus on like that kind of guitar lifts. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Steve Lacy stuff. Where it's like very guitar focused.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is very heavy in the instrumentals. And there's kind of that slow fade around the 220 mark to bring the strings in, which is really nice. And it complements the kind of rock style backing. And I mean, of course, the rapping is fantastic. Again, we're talking a lot about the musical accompaniment, but the rap is still great as always.
Yeah, you can basically take it for granted that Black Thought's going to have a good verse on these songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, he raps over a lot of different types of beats on this album.
And it all plays equally as well.
Yeah. And yeah, once those like violins start peeking in, that's like, that takes the production to the next level. I'm not as crazy about the PD vocalist, the guest vocal.
Yeah.
But they still do really good over the beat. It's just not as good as Black Thought, which is kind of an unfair comparison.
That is a bit cruel to be paired up against.
Because you have to think about it. Even though this album came out, 20 years ago, they're basically 20 years deep into their career.
Exactly, yeah.
So like that's a veteran at this point.
And it's interesting comparing him then to now, having just come off of the Gorillaz. I would say he's gotten even better as time has gone along, which makes sense. He's an expert in rapping.
I mean, I would not take that for granted, especially in the rap community. Not to say that people typically phone it in, but I don't know. It's like methodical how good Black Thought is.
Yeah, because I was coming into this with obviously super high expectations from The Mountain, and I'd say they were met. I was like, yeah, this is what I wanted from this album. I was like, it's not quite as good as The Mountain though, but if anything, I think that's a testament, because how many old hats have we listened to that have just gone off the absolute deep end in more recent years? Speaking of, Ringo Starr has a new album coming out
Oh my god.
Let's see, when was that? April 24th, called Long Long Road.
Oh my god.
Just bring that up for an unrelated reason, not
Yeah,
related to
but
current
why do you curse
conversation.
me?
But yeah, no,
Something I'll have to listen to.
but no, it's he's a fantastic rapper, and I think just has gotten better with age.
Ringo?
No,
I don't know.
No, Black Thought. This one has a really nice fade to it as well, kind of slow fade from the drums into strings with a nice calm end for. It's been a very driving song, so it's nice to end it with a little bit of just, okay, let's move on to the next one.
A nice melodic kind of violin ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, it leads us right into the next track, if you're ready, Sam.
Yes, sir. Track 10.
Track number 10, Living in a New World. Which is an interesting song in terms of, I'm trying to think of the genre this belongs to. It's almost like, got like hints of like, I want to say like Midwest emo, or like these very woozy, washed out guitars, kind of this kind of, not drowsy, but kind of very lethargic, kind of like vocal delivery on the chorus.
He's way too close to the microphone as well. I don't like all the mouth sounds.
That's also a characteristic of that Midwest emo.
Yes,
of like the singers being very much kissing the mic,
without a pop filter. And I do really like the backing on this one. There's a little bit of flute peeking in occasionally.
Pan flute.
Yes, and I will say it gets saved by the rap coming in with it's really fun. It's got a megaphone filter on it, and it's constantly shifting back and forth between the ears, like he's turning with the megaphone before the filter fades away, and he kind of comes in full force. It's really nice, and if if that hadn't happened, I would absolutely hate the song.
Yeah, no, it's a great verse, and it has some interesting production on it. And by the end, I'm kind of into the vibe. I mean, it's a short song. It's the shortest on the album. It's less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, a minute.
So I appreciate it's like it got an idea, it delivered, it's out.
Yeah, it's just I think I am not a fan of Midwest emo. I think that's what it is.
Have you ever had one of those albums on? We have.
I don't know if we have. There's a couple that we're just like we haven't really touched because it was the songs that we heard all the time.
True. I feel like Gorillaz, like, especially the early stuff, kind of dabbled in it.
A little bit, but even then, I mean, on Demon Days, you got fucking fire coming out of the monkey's head, which is nowhere close.
It'd be like isolated incidences.
Yeah. Jump into
we can go to
track 11 if you're ready.
Yes, track 11, Clock with No Hands, which kind of continues the mellow production into the song.
Yes.
A lot more smooth than the last song, I would say.
Another fantastic feature of a female vocalist. I didn't write her name down. Do you have it on hand?
It was Mercedes Martinez.
Yes, fantastic feature. Love her vocal line. Do not agree with the message. You got to help your friends. Never too late to tell them that you care.
Yeah, I think honestly, the messages on this album have been not dour, but there's definitely a kind of an edge to them.
Yes,
and
I also don't think it's coming at it from a sitting in your house like I'm having a tough time. I should text my friend. I think this is more of the I'm gonna have to go beat this guy up type avenue.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more of a message around the lines of like kind of having people in your life that are not good for you necessarily.
Yeah,
not like a friend that you're helping like lift up, but like someone who's like pulling you down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's a great guest vocalist on the chorus, and I mean, Black Thought is I literally just wrote in my notes, man, he's good at rapping.
Yeah, that's certainly an understatement. My biggest complaint with this one actually is the backing track. The vocals on this one are so good. The backing track is like, man, you're really not carrying your weight.
It's definitely a little bit more subdued. especially given the more aggressive vocal delivery on
Yeah,
Black Thoughts.
it's just
But I don't dislike it. It definitely works on the chorus better than on the verse.
yes, I agree. It's just it's not quite energetic enough. It's not quite complicated enough. Because other tracks we've had the grow, we've had strings come in, we've had some growth to an extent. And this one just kind of is there, hoping that you don't look directly at it, kind of thing. And I'm like, man, with how good the vocals are, you just bring it up a little bit, and then they have the outro to this because it kind of switches up the music, and it's got that nice fun bass in the background. I'm like, oh, that was the sauce that was missing. The backing really doesn't have any bass.
Yeah, it definitely plays it a pretty cool in terms
Yeah.
of the instrumentation.
And it just needed a little bit of something back there, a little bit of extra spice to kind of kick it up. But I mean, that's a very minor complaint.
We can go on to the next track if you're ready, Sam.
Track 12.
It's track number 12, Atonement.
Again,
Which, starts.
sorry,
go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say this one also has a guest vocalist in the form of Jack Davey, but also an honest to God accordion sample.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting here. I'm like, is that
Speaking
a
of Weird
fucking accordion in the background? But man, it adds really nice to the vibe of the kind of slow jam backing track. It's expertly placed. I did not think it would work, but it works really well.
Yeah, typically I don't. When I think of the word "cool," I don't think of the accordion. But man, they make it work.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what your playlist is. It's my favorite accordion albums.
Yeah, all Weird Al.
Weird Al, the roots.
But man, yeah, they make it work, and it's subtle enough that if you weren't sitting trying to analyze the song, you probably wouldn't catch it as an accordion. It's just music, and then you've got the strings with the really high accordion and gentle singing to end the song. This one's really nice.
Yeah, it's. I think it shows. I mean, obviously, Black Thought's vocals have been amazing at the album, but there's been a deft hand on the production.
Yes,
Like the idea of putting accordion on a hip hop track, and it like not only not like being a sore thumb, but like not even like being like of note in like a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just blends in with the instrumentation, and that takes some maneuvering.
Takes a lot of skill too.
Yes.
Well, Jim, are you ready for track 13?
Yes, track number 13, the final track. We won't be reviewing the
longest song on the album.
Yes, we won't be reviewing on the Japanese exclusive release. There is another track called Bread and Butter, but we're ending on the original release final 13 track, which is Can't Stop This. Longest song of the album at 8.5 minutes.
A lot of talking on this one, which it's a tribute song. The start one is kind of, it sounds like it's filtered to sound like it's a phone call, but it sounds kind of studio recorded. Later on, we do get like true phone recording samplings, or at least better filtering to make it sound like a phone recording. Yeah.
And like you said, it's in tribute to Jay Dilla, like we mentioned earlier. He had passed away actually the year this album was released. So I think obviously they had a lot of respect for the man, and this whole song's kind of like a tribute to it in some very clear ways.
Yeah. My only complaint is the random moaning that pops up every once in a while.
The sexual moaning leading out of like phone calls, like talking about how like they miss this guy. a little odd.
Not a huge fan of that choice. I mean, I don't hate it as much as when there was just literally recorded himself having sex. That was pretty bad, but at least this is sampled.
Yeah, no, and it's got a good verse starting at like 1 minute from Black Thought, with this nice like electric guitar sample in the background. And then this is a long song as well, mostly because like these like phone interjections keep playing within the song. Mostly talking about like how much they like respected Jay Dilla or like the great work he did. I feel a little bad saying it, but it's like a bit much at times.
Yeah,
not that I don't disagree with the sentiment of it, but like it's a lot of phone calls.
It is. There's a huge style jump around the 4 minute mark, and that's where it really picks up, and they're layered. Like, it's not just one at a time. There's a lot of them happening at the same time, and it is, like a recording of a phone call, which I don't understand. We're talking completely fine right now. Why do phone calls still sound like they're made in the 80s? Why is it still so harsh when you get a phone recording? Anyway, very harsh, very layered. I didn't think it went too far. Because I kind of stopped trying to listen to the individual thing and kind of listen to it as that wall of sound that it is. And it brings, there's some marimba coming into the backing track around the 540 mark, which is a nice touch. We get some dark strings around the 630 mark, which kind of make it sadder. But I don't know. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the parts with the Black Thought and the instrumentation. They interject a lot.
They do.
Like a lot of those hazy phone recordings. And then like the moaning popping in.
Yeah.
Again, I appreciate the sentiment of the song. I just think its execution could have been tightened up.
Yeah. It ends on a really nice kind of saw wave synth beat in a minor key that's kind of haunting and pushing forward and back with the vocal line. I thought that was an interesting way to end.
I do quite like that ending. It kind of gives both it's got like, it's not like melancholic, but it's like a little melancholic. So, it works.
Overall, very kind of sad tone to the album. Not very hopeful at all.
Which, I mean, makes sense. It's about them kind of missing a friend. Yeah. So.
But unless you got anything else, Coop, that's the album.
That's the album.
So what would you say? Let's do least favorite first. What would you say your least favorite track of this album would be?
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's probably Can't Stop This. Like, if there's any track that I had to I wouldn't want to listen to like the entirety of it again, it'd have to be Can't Stop This. I mean, it's 8.5 minutes. It's got a good production on it. It's just like those phone calls and the moaning. It just kind of goes on a lot. And again, I really appreciate the sentiment of it, kind of like paying respect to Jay Dilla. I just think it was kind of could have been timed up.
Harsh.
Okay, come on.
You're disrespecting his memory, Cooper.
I'm not sure. I like the sentiment. How many times can I say the word sentiment? Okay, what was your least favorite song then, Sam?
I think I gotta say, There's nothing to me that was like really a low point in the album. I would say if I had to pick one, maybe Living in a New World, but then again, I really love the rap feature on that. It's just everything else around it that's not great. Because showing my hand a little bit here, I don't think the highs on this are crazy high, but it's a very consistent album. The quality never dips much at all.
What do you think is your favorite track then, Sam?
I'm gonna have to say favorite track is Long Time.
I agree.
I am a white man, so I do like rock. I do like old school rock. But just it's just great. It's fantastic instrumentation with fantastic rapping. Overall, the production is amazing. I would say if the instrumentation was just a little bit better on Clock with No Hands, that would be my favorite, because I think that's the strongest vocally and lyrically, alongside Atonement. That one's quite good as well. But for overall composition, I think Long Time wins out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Long Time's also my favorite. It's got great rapping. It's amazing production on this one, especially when the violins come in. It's a vibe shift throughout the album, but it keeps it fresh and doesn't feel out of place on the album as a whole. It's kind of funny when I was listening through this. It's like, because a few years back I listened through the Roots discography. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why do I not remember the song Long Time? It's like my favorite song of this album. And I looked back and I realized it's because when I originally listened to it, I listened to the the deluxe edition on Spotify of Game Theory. They have this edition. They have the deluxe edition, and for whatever reason, the deluxe edition is all the exact same songs is on the regular edition, except it doesn't have long time. So
what? How's that deluxe edition?
I've never seen that. It's literally the exact same track list with less songs.
That's crazy.
In the exact same order, and I was like, what the hell? So I guess I'd never listened to this song before, and it was the best song of the album. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, no, great song.
Yeah. Well, we gotta rate it now. I think you did the rating system last time, Coop.
I think it's your turn.
So here at the Audio Shop Podcast, obviously, it's obvious to anybody that looks, we have a car-themed music podcast. And this all stems from the fact that we're terrified of flying, so we drive everywhere. Last year, Cooper took a trip to, where was it? It was, you went to Singapore, didn't you?
Singapore, yeah.
And you drove the whole way there. Now, it was a little hard getting across, the ocean. That took a couple of weeks. We lost communication with you for a while until you made it back on the land. But, you made it, unlike the third member of our podcast, may his soul rest in peace. He didn't make it across the strait. But
man, and he loved music.
He did. He really did.
I can't remember his name right now, but man, he was a great guy.
It was Jimothy.
Jimothy.
Old Jim Tim, we'd call him. But as a result of us being terrified of flying and driving everywhere, car theme music podcast. So at the tip top, cream of the crop, we've got Showroom, best of the best. You should listen to this. Everyone should listen to this. Show your friends. And then at the bottom of the barrel, we got Scrapyard, 1 out of 5. Ooh, yuck, get away from me. This is actively killing me as I listen to it. So, Cooper, what would you rank Game Theory by The Roots?
I mean, this is such a solid album. Even though I was a little so-so and Can't Stop This, I agree. I don't think there's a bad track on the album. I mean, it's consistently great production, consistently great, rap performances. It's varied. The songs meld into each other really good. There's some great features. I think maybe the main fault of it is I think I agree there isn't a definitive high, which I guess is kind of a problem to have in an album that's consistently good. Mm-hmm. I just see it as kind of near the platonic ideal of just a great modern hip hop album done by guys that are clearly extremely experienced in their craft. So I'm feeling a low Showroom. Wow, okay. I mean, I agree. It's probably, maybe just because I have the Mount to compare it to that we reviewed to last week, and I really, really like that album. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this one just is it's masterful. They make it look so easy, yes. Even though I know this is probably really hard to put together.
Yes.
It's just a super impressive album, and one that it's just so easy to glide through. It's just great production and vocals. What about you, Sam?
See, I think I'm falling on the other side of the fence there. I'm going to give it a very high new. I think it's because The Mountain is so fresh in my mind, and I'm like, man, I know he can do better. This isn't bad, but it's not quite the same highs that I wanted. Overall, fantastic. Love the features. I don't think this is I'm going to be, you should really go listen to Game Theory. That's a fantastic album. It's still a good album, but it's just not got that hook, to kind of pull you in and keep you in the album. But I'm not sure we've had an album for a while where I can look at it and say, yeah, this is my least favorite song, but I don't really dislike it any more than any other songs. I just have to pick one. Because even with The Mountain, there was, Sweepstakes Man. That's,
I gotta be something to Mos Def. What did he do to you?
I just don't like him. I just don't like his style. Sorry. But yeah, just very, very solid album. And, Catch Me on a Better Day, I'd probably give this a Showroom as well.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the album.
That's the album. Now rolling on over to The Spare Tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to for the past week. And mine is The Mountain. I've not really been listening to anything else, I'll be honest. I take it back. I did listen. I was listening to a little bit of Revisiting on Guitar by Takanaka. Hadn't listened to that album for quite a long time, and it was one of my alarms in the morning, so I just let the album keep playing.
Nice. Yeah. No, I'm trying to think of anything interesting I've been listening to this last week. Not too much, honestly. I did listen to some of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Their album "Will the Circle Be Unbroken," and they're like this, like, kind of very classic, like, not even country, almost like kind of like bluegrass. Fiddle-led band. Yeah, just great performances all around. It was actually a nice album. I'm not usually into that genre, but it was like maybe tap my toes, wiggle my fingers. I haven't danced like this in years.
You are pushing the late 260s, so
yeah. So I'm not gonna be young forever. Yeah, no. Otherwise, not too much this week, honestly.
Yeah. I've been spending a lot of time in silence. I'll be honest. If I'm not listening to the mountain, I've been a focus kind of week.
You just turn off the lights, turn off the music, close the curtains, sit alone in that dark room.
I'm doing things. I'm not just sitting staring at a wall. But yeah, that's all we got for you this week. If you've liked what you've heard and you want to hear some more of it, scroll down on the Twitch page. There's a picture of Jeff Lynne. He's the guy with the aviators on. That'll take you to YouTube, where most of the past playlists or most of the past podcasts are. Unfortunately, just lost another one. And if you're listening on YouTube and you want to watch us live on Twitch, there's a link in the description. And we also have Blue Sky, so you can see what we're listening to next week.
Yeah, you can follow us at Audio Shop Pod. That's POD. We'll let you know what we're listening to and when we're going to listen to it.
But that's all we got for you this week. We will see you next time.
See you later, shoppies.
I'll see you.